Hello, people of the internet. It's your boy, Guinea Penis. We're doing YouTube videos again, crazy. And we're doing Asia adventures. Yeah, I gotta milk the content as much as I can. And we're going to go on a funny little exploration tour slash safari tour on the most skillful and best server there is. With Des Moines. I don't really have that many options to play here yet, but Des Moines and Marseille were definitely the wrong ships to be grinding first. I hope it gets better when I have like 2 DDs or so that I can play my DDs. But yeah, Des Moines is a wee bit of a suffering endeavor. Well, let's see. Matchmaking actually looking pretty good. Sorted. We only face a tier 8 DD area. We're kind of blessed. We have 4 AFK Shimmers. They won't really do much. I hope my DD obviously isn't like completely demented. Something on Asia that really backfucks you. Because there's so few DDs. Well, yeah, on that note, actually, what makes Asia so special and skilled is the amount of CVs. So essentially, like you get 1 out of 15 to 20 games is a non-CV game on tier 10. You have just way too many CVs in queue, tier 10 and 8s. Even super CVs, you get tons of them. Also, like the matchmaking itself is extremely heavy. This one here is actually quite, let's say, for Asia standards, that's kind of normal. Normally, it's even like only 1 DD and a sub or something. That's like all of it. Like the matchmaking is extremely heavy. People don't really play DDs on the server. Reason for this obviously being that the range engagements are generally dominated by range cruisers and battleships, together with carrier spotting. DDs would just be super singled out in caps, which they are on the server, and people would fuck on it on purpose. I mean, this game is a pretty interesting one. We do have some very short range cruisers here as well. We also have a Des Moines. We have a Zuma and Egir as the only real kiters. Matchmaking on the BB is pretty good, only 1 overmatcher. So yeah, very good matchmaking. Also decent spawn. This corner here is extremely strong for a Des Moines. So let's see what we can do. But since the server is that passive, this is like the deepest I can go is this rock here. And afterwards it will probably end up being a 10-minute camp fiesta on that rock. No further pushing. My DD is running it in extremely deep, probably because he has RPF on his right, so he knows where the enemy DD is. Hopefully he doesn't blow up. Also on this server you don't really need to run any sort of hydroacoustic search, because at the moment I reach that rock I won't be able to push for an eternity anyways, so running hydro on the server with very limited amounts of DDs and yeah, like generally very little room to push in lightly armored cruisers just means stick with Def AA, even on Des Moines, even if Des Moines AA doesn't really I mean, even with Def AA, Des Moines is just not dog shit, so it doesn't really matter. But I mean, it helps a bit against the carrier. Obviously, on the server, I have the highest amount of plane kills on any ship, probably. I'm averaging the Haaland plane kill average from people on EU that are running it only in carrier division for the AA, which means they have an insured carrier every game, and Haaland AA is way more potent. Also, EU carriers tend to feed you a lot of fighters, because they don't know how to do it. Asia essentially never feeds you fighters, like as you could see this. Shokaku didn't really pop a fighter for it directly on top of the Shimmer like they would on EU. So yeah, also you can see that I'm running a range mod Des Moines, and it's actually like really viable, because as you can see, the spot in which the enemy team camps is something I could not reach without range mod, so I would have to push up to the next rock, which is extremely deep. And these people could essentially just turn on me for free and fuck me for free. So yeah, range mod gives me a bit more versatility in terms of my position. I don't need to be as deeply. We have a carrier coming in again. This time he actually feeds me a fighter. But yeah, generally like you don't really get to fuck with a lot of fighters on the server, because the carriers are generally, even if they're bad at dropping or not that good in general, they know how to put the fighter down. They put it down on a pretty far away spot, where your AA can't reach it, but it's still outside of your, or it's still inside of your AA spotting. You can see Des Moines 6'4 and AA 5'8. There's a lot of room for enemy CVs to place the fighter properly. My Shema just obviously wanted to stay close to a Cleveland and a Baltimore, so now he gets one shot. Could probably peek and help a bit, but I mean, as you can see, on the server generally, DDs are pretty fucking shit. DD players. Also, any sort of aggressive cruiser, like, or lightly armored aggressive cruiser, like these two, the Baltimore, the Cleveland, and also the Des Moines. As you can see, he's already pushing up, which is essentially death for him. Like, this is a suicide move, he will die. This is kind of what happens all the time here, with Des Moines and stuff. Like, they play super passive and AFK because they don't have anything in range and they don't have range effectiveness. And then at some point they just suicide in somewhere. I haven't really found any sort of good player yet in like 150 games or so that played Des Moines or something. It's not really a ship even the good players on the server like to play. I can understand why. Played it like 70 games now, 60 games. It's an absolute horrendous suffering. The Shim actually smoked me off, so I can't spot them, which means they can get to this corner. Very strong bot play there for this guy. Yeah, like, what's the problem with this server? Well, I mean, the problem is that too many people like to abuse the fact that carriers are broken, and carrier spotting is something that enables base wanking. So they essentially just base wank the fuck out of us, or me. I guess Game is a pretty good example. Most people are sitting in base. This here is an awkward one that I actually get to shoot something close range, because it's mainly due to the fact that my Shimmer killed himself for free, which immediately means the enemy plays slightly more aggressive. But since the Monty is going back into base like that, I won't really be able to play the game that aggressive. I think I should push out now and go to the other side of the rocks. So the Cleveland and the Baltimore can't really farm me that easy. Depends a bit on where the Monty went in terms of angle, but pretty deep actually. It's not good for me, obviously. But if we kill the Iowa and we're going closer to the rock, I can just angle in to the right. The Monty won't have my broadside. Cleveland and Baltimore shouldn't be able to farm me, and we should be decently fine here. Okay, we got that guy. You can see the Monty is camping pretty hardcore in base. We will turn into him. I won't blow my radar yet. But, I mean, you can see these people are very, very efficient at abusing rocks, camping their asses off. But yeah, the Montagna can't really shoot me anymore. The Cleveland and the Balti can't shoot me. Sadly, I lost way more HP than I'd ideally like to hope for. But like, the Monty could kill me here if he gets a few pens. There's a bit of a shit show for me, but I will get to my next heal. And I will just keep the island in between me and those two. Probably be able to stay open water here against the Monty. Oh, well, he gets one shot in overmatches. I have 85k damage, which is already like a decent achievement, in my opinion, as weird as it sounds. Like, I still have this weird drive to get into the game and do something actively, but this server doesn't really allow for it. So it won't get too much heal. But maybe we can get some permas on the Monty here. He doesn't put on fire prevention. Also something, by the way, that doesn't really change on this server. Base wanking battleships are still running no fire prevention specs, because they're so deep in base that they don't really need fire prevention per se. Like, obviously, the further you are away from anyone, the well, it just kills me with HE. Yeah, well, I shouldn't have pushed that early. The Montana in base is just killing me for free. these two cruisers. Obviously they will die, because my Iwami just shoves into them. They did way too much damage to me, the Iowa and the HE. But yeah, my team will lose this. Yeah, probably me pushing killed the game here and lost it, to be fair. I'll quickly show the spec. Mostly on me that game, honestly. I had 2 more heals, I think, so yeah, I could have definitely done more. I'm just losing patience over time on this server because it's just a disgusting fab fiesta. So yeah, it's essentially a normal Des Moines spec, but I just run range mod because as you could see in the beginning there, I could actually farm them a bit from the rock. It's 17 km. And yeah, I don't have a 21 point commander because it's a new account. It's actually pretty hard to get that shit. Also not using blue boosters anymore because I want to use them for holiday. What you should do is you essentially get if you grind the line, you get like Ammo Switch first, maybe even Turret Traverse first, honestly. Turret Traverse turned out to be a big problem. Problem, yeah, maybe Turret Traverse, then you go PT, Adrenaline Rush Concealment, then 13, that's 10 points, then 13 points is Superintendent, because like Baltimore and then especially Buffalo already get like lots of utility, you want to have that. Then 14 points is Gun Feeder, and then 18 points is Upgrade, I would say. And then the last point you put into Survivability Expert, and you have a box standard Des Moines build. Thankfully on cruisers, you don't really need a high point commander. It's also like theoretically theoretically the idea behind me also playing it, because I knew that 14 points are enough for me to have all the basics, just lack a bit of DPM or HP, which isn't that big of a deal. But then it turned out afterwards that I completely underestimated how willing this server is to fap in base. And yeah, I had many games where I wanked for years on a rock, and then very late I just randomly decided to push because I thought there was an opportunity. But like these people, they're just like immediately turning off your spotting, or like the moment you're spotted they turn away and they start kiting you again and you just die for free. These games are insanely drawn out on the server, and very rarely shit happens fast. Mostly it's like 15 at least 15-minute, if not 20-minute shit up fiestas. So yeah, here, new game, new suffering. To be fair, since I'm recording a video, like normally I would go into the middle and try to do something. Since I'm recording a video and I don't want to be blown up every single game, I'm not going to do it because I can already assume what happens. They have a potential, I mean, definitely the carrier would wank on me immediately. These CVs know that I have no AA. And I'm an easy target in the middle because probably everyone camps so far behind me that I'm the only AA. And also they have a Guden that could be in the middle. I mean, the Guden could be anywhere to be fair. But at least on this flank I can actually go dark on islands. In the middle with the CV spotting it's a bit harder. So yeah, you gotta be careful. Like the ledge mod Guden is being abused here very hardcore. As you can see, 2 Gudens. And that is already enough. Like the thing can move. These people don't commit on rocks with it. They actually keep it more afloat to be able to still rotate. And the Guden is middle. So like for me, the middle becomes unplayable. And I hope he dives in and makes himself stuck there. Because if he stays in base and rotates away, he could theoretically come to A and blow me up. Guden ledge mod is something that is extremely toxic against Des Moines and Salem in general. If you have ledge mod Des Moines, you can kind of dodge a bit of the incoming damage fairly easy. But with my enemy CV is actually trying to snipe ours. But without ledge mod, you're essentially completely fucked. Like, you're not gonna be able to play the game properly. To be fair, you're too immaneuverable on a rock back and forward, and the good ledge Guden just keeps shitting stuff into you. Problem is also if your team gets him low but doesn't finish him off, his reload becomes so obscenely retarded. If he can sit safe on an island, he's just gonna shit those strikes, and you're definitely gonna die in a Des Moines. Like, it's not even a contest. Like even Petro or Moscow would have problems with the fires and the slight pen damage. But I mean, I'm completely pennable in Des Moines. I would just like die. If RNG works out unfavorably for me, die faster rather than later. So yeah, I'm just gonna be AFK as fuck now too. I'm going to go to the border and then I'm gonna go down to the rock and I'm going to enjoy myself. To be fair, maybe there's an angle to dive this island here, which is better because my Guden is already going to the other rock. So if he goes here and he has obviously Hydro, I can farm this. Maybe I already turn in and go to that rock here. It's a good rock. If I turn to the right, the left side you can't really peek. The right side is kind of okay. Seems like the Guden also dove mid-island, so that's fine. Petro camping in base. Like, as you can see, not a lot is happening. These two DDs are fucking each other, so depending on what DD dies there, we win or lose the game, kind of. It's like probably likelihood of losing increases tenfold, or winning increases tenfold by what DD lives over there. Because you only have one DD. That's the thing, as I said in the last game, having two DDs is already like weird. Generally on this server, as you can see. DD sub, that's kind of what you normally get, but the sub isn't really like a perma spotter. Those submarines are more interested in dealing damage. So yeah. Also the weird fascination, as you can see, with Kearsarge. You have generally on average one Kearsarge per game. Maybe even more than one, honestly. Like, kind of, you end up with two of them per game a lot. Oh, nice. Torpedoes? Okay. That is interesting. What kind of... Oh, it's the Balau, right? Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, I mean, this Borg is gonna die 100% because he's stuck in front of a... Uden and me, so... I hate this when the airstrike fucks with your aim, dude. Stupid as shit. Well, this guy's not diving. Could have just shot him. Gotta get some damage on that sub there. Well, yeah. Not a lot is going to happen. Thankfully, I got a half decent spot now to play on. But isn't really that bad. As you can see, I can abuse the island properly. I will have range on them a lot if my team decides to actually spot them for a prolonged amount of times. I can deal some damage and zone them away. There's also the thing, these people, if you farm them, there's two ways of avoiding farm. You can either commit in to a proper spot and cut in and have an island in between you and the enemy. That's essentially what actual gameplay looks like. These people, the moment you farm them, will always choose to turn into base. That's kind of their thing. I love doing that. As you can see, turning into base. Planes are in fact spotting me now. Oh wait, see? We predicted that submarine movement fairly well. We got a splash damage, so now you will... Bro, this island is fucking with my... Maybe I hit again. Well, yeah. You can see it's pretty AFK gameplay. Not a lot is happening. We're also like locking it down with two goons, but no one is spotting for us because our BBs died, so yeah, sadly I ended up with the autistic battleships. The autistic type. So my carrier is the only thing left. Actually, they kill the enemy CV, which may mean that my CV survives this. He probably will survive, which is good for us, obviously. Maybe here now? I don't know. Yeah, the villain is fucking with my aim a lot. If I go into the plane view... So normally our carrier should be placing fighters here, but I think we have a little bit of a dented one, so I don't think there's going to be a lot of fighter placement, if I'm brutally honest with you. Kasarag is gonna fuck on me with planes now. Henry's actually shoving it in. This is gonna cost me like 25k HP because I don't have ledge mod. I peeked out way too far. Oh, exactly. Sap. These people are insanely vigilant when it comes to these peaks from cruisers. As I said, like in 30mm cruiser, if you push, you really have a lot of people just being insta ready for it. Like as you can see, none of them were spotted because none of them were shooting. My carrier's just killing himself. That's pretty cool. Sadly, we don't have spotting on the. We don't have spotting on the Kearsarge. The Guden is now actually proceeding to come over. The enemy one. Need to get some damage into this inter, so he doesn't keep inting effectively, you know. Sadly, you don't really citadel that thing. Oh, he just dies anyways. Well, have you ever seen someone camp that much in a Des Moines? Well, probably yes, but very rarely on EU you can actually go for some forward positions. Oh, he just shot, that's good, because he doesn't have shots for me then now, so I just pump a bit of damage into him. Weirdly enough, in this game, range mod didn't really give me much, apart from like slightly better dispersion, but who cares honestly. There's a Guden now coming in, losing his HP way too fast though to actually do some shit. I actually choose to push out now because I can kill the Kearsarge with the last few volleys, and then I can dodge the Guden strike at the same time. Motherfucker ain't ready for me, bitch. And we have him killed. And we have a Bourgogne instantaneously to farm. Then we can push on the Colombo. And the game will be over. Very good game to be fair. Enemies were pretty dented. My team was pretty dented. There were no cringe divs. Carrier, interestingly enough, didn't really favor going for me at all. Probably because the other side of our team pressured him a lot. Which was obviously helpful for me to have a half-decent game. But yeah, also like the BBs that I faced were pretty lucky. So decent game. There's not a lot more you can get out of this, to be fair. Even if these are the battleships you're facing. Because if I would push up earlier, there's too many of them alive and they all switch to me and fuck on me. So it's not really like a good situation, let's say, for me. Oh wait. I think I could get the kill on the sub here. That would be pretty cool. Oh yeah? Yes. Yeah, well, 4 kills. It's a lot of money. Obviously we're interested in the credit farm here. That was a pretty normal game. Like first game I threw, second game is pretty normal. At least I'm winning some games. Like this is, for me, this is actually perfectly fine on the server. 2-5 on the Des Moines is kind of cool. Like it really feels rewarding somehow on the server. Also like the credits are obviously nice, and the damage, damage kills, and win rate. Like I personally can't manage to keep 60% on Des Moines, just because I can't find any sort of impact. Issue here being, even with range mod, Des Moines is not a ship that likes to kite. Especially on this server, if you run against a lot of 30mm overmatch BBs, heavy matchmaking with also like cruisers with mad range, and you just don't have the HP to deal with this, and neither do you have the armor with the battleships, but also like the cruiser HE spam, like Moskvas and shit, or Yoshinos, Azumas, whatever, not hitting you for 8k in a fire at range is just a disaster. So kiting is like never an option. Des Moines ass is generally one of the weakest things in World of Warships these days. Like you won't never show your ass. I mean, cruisers can go flat on your ass and citadel you straight through. So I mean, a battleship overmatching this is just freecitadels.com. And you know, have no heal to compensate it either. So you kind of have to go to islands, but then I don't really find the impact from islands with my radar, because there's very little DDs. This game actually pretty good, 3 DDs, so I can actually do some stuff. The issue here being that probably because the Moskva and I have the radar, there's 3 DDs, this Malta may actually start spurging out on us. So we may actually have a game here where we will see the Malta go completely ballistic on my ass. It may happen. Also, like, lots of islands on this server are not as playable as on others, because either the enemy avoids being farmed from certain obvious spots. Like, some spots are so obvious, they still work on EU or NA because the people are generally dented, and play more close, and in spots where you could farm. On this server, generally people avoid areas that are easily farmable by the obvious and best spots. They kind of train that, and also people are so passive and looking for like cruisers, for example, like this BBs, that lots of positions also become unplayable because you're actually not as safe as you are on other servers, mainly because of the plane spotting as well. Like here you can see this motherfucker's already kited out, so the probably the gameplay on this side will be very limited to fucking on DDs with 3 raiders in a row, and maybe afterwards we can push through. I don't know. The Rhode Island is turning out in spawn. That's essentially the BB's gone. I don't have anything to farm here, but does it really matter? This guy seems to be killing himself. That's pretty good actually for us. I mean, we won't really kill him before he reaches island, that's a problem. We have a Guden here? Oh, fuck, we have a Guden here. Oh, the carrier is also coming in already, see? The Rhode Island is spamming me from 21 km and the carrier is coming into the flank to drop already. And we have a Guden issue here on the side, so this one is gonna be a hard or tough one for me to fuck with. This Rhode Island may actually kill our Moscow. Doesn't really look that good. Yeah, that's a tough one already, man. To figure out what to do now. Like my position is essentially checkmate, and I'm not on a forward rock really. This rock tends to be extremely safe and AFK on EU. The other side even more so. But I'm stuck with yeah. I'm stuck here against Malta that's probably gonna permalite me. A Nazuma that is completely unkillable and fightable for me because he has fast heals, he's in kite. Very far away. The Rhode Island makes me be stuck kind of too. And the Gudenlu is easily able to drop me and fuck me. This Zom is actually reversing out here. The Zom sits there. Probably also gonna snail me. Mainly the reason he probably reversed. Okay, that is not working. I mean, I can just reverse into the Guden and farm him. Like, this is that's a not very smart situation for the Guden, honestly. Like, this is quite ridiculous. My Moskva is still alive. Okay, now he's fucking dead. But I can most likely kill this Guden here as a trade at least. Doesn't have improved pen angle, so I can always use my back turret. I have radar soon for the... I'm just gonna activate Defe to maybe mitigate the plane damage. He eats flak here because... I mean, my A doesn't have a lot of range, which always means that very little time. Okay, so the Adriatico is over there, which means there won't be torps from the border, which is actually a good thing for me to figure out. The Rhode Island can't shoot me, the Azuma still tries to kill the Moskva, so does the Guden. Actually good timing here, because I can actually fuck with the Guden for free, with the life of my Moskva being exchanged. As you can see, Guden kind of burns down extremely fast to my full DPM. That's a sit, by the way, just saying. That doesn't really matter, he just dies. Now we can just fuck with this Azuma. That was really important for me to kill the... Guden fast. As I said, like in the first game, these Gudens are a problem because they just deal way too much damage. With the bomb strike, these... Oh. I shouldn't have radared, by the way. I mean, that's kind of checkmate. I couldn't have fucking sat here and killed a Guden if... Maybe I go dark. I go dark now. I have to give flat to the Azuma. Nothing else that I can do, really. Guys trying to torp rush me. A bit of a demented move. The Azuma seems to be... That's good, that's good, that's good. Maybe he doesn't have AP loaded. Ah, he has AP loaded. I don't think I angle in time. The Rhode Island is staring at me. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe. I can go dark here before he shoots again, I think. Yeah, okay. We will get to our next heal. Luckily that the Adriatico fucked it, because he already committed on me. I don't play Hydro. Like the only situation in about 20 games where I would have actually wanted Hydro for sure. That's a bit unfortunate that that guy radars. I mean, I have to tank one volley with AP hopefully still. If he's a moron. Nah, he loads HE already, so I'm dead. GG's. Well, that was my experience on this game. I'm not really like much I could have done. We have a heal out. Theoretically, it's best for me to go completely nose in, so he hits less shells here. The problem with that is that it would give angle 2 behind me if I reverse. Interesting who's farming me from there. Very interesting. I can actually trade the Azuma for me on top of everything. It's pretty fucking strong. Yeah, it's pretty good. Maybe this is a winnable angle because I trade so much, but very unlikely to be fair. I acceleration duked him again. So the last volley didn't deal damage. This guy is an actual fucking bot. He doesn't get a fire. It doesn't really matter though. This guy. Look, these Rhode Islands on this server are also mad crazy for their fucking HE, I swear to god. These people all load HE and the thing has so much HE alpha, it's actually toxic. Well, we got a fire, we got 140, 3 kills. I think I sold myself pretty fucking damn well over there. For some reason in this game people actually suicided on me, which is funny if you think about it. Probably my team loses it anyways though. I mean, my Conqueror wasn't even in a good position to support. Their Thunderer maybe dies to the sub. Theoretically winnable, right? Because the enemy CV is also dead and ours isn't. Could be a win. Could be like a very good winning streak here with Des Moines. Let's go for our last game. But yeah. You will still end up facing stupid people like the Guden, Azuma, the Adriatico. I mean, they were pretty dented. Sadly, my Moskva as well. So we could have definitely won for free if my Moskva just plays it properly. Because both of us probably wouldn't get killed without them dying faster. And here we have it. Like that's pretty much on point actual suffering final game. I hope I get the good spawn on A so I can at least camp island. Yes, we get it. Jeez. So that's kind of the matchmaking you can expect. Overmatch Satsuma Yamato. Camping in base. The Monty is an odd one. Probably should. Normally that's a Vermont. You have 3 overmatchers. Then there is a super base camp Slava that crossfires you out across the entire map whenever you move. And even a Schlieffen that's probably unspotted because there's barely... I mean, this game actually has few DDs and a carrier, but Schlieffen would probably try to suicide on you. I don't even know why people fucking play Schlieffen on the server, honestly. Napoli as well. But then a Yoshino again, as we know. Ron in my team for kite, useless shit. Yinan, that's a bit of an odd one too. But I mean, they're playing probably range Yinan or some shit. But I can check it, right? That is not a range Xenon actually. Also, that's an A hull, or like that's a non-range upgrade drone. So that's A hull probably. That's base range. It can't take range. We have range mods here. No, actually no. No. The enemy team I wouldn't know. But yeah, by the way, this is not a coincidence. I'm not moving forward yet. That push to the rock works on NA and EU most of the times, but even there it's sometimes sketch. On the server it's just a fucking shit show. Because they have a sub here. I won't go to that fucking spot yet. I will maybe go there if the sub decides to die. Or some shit. Oh, look, we have the carrier coming in as well. You can use my DefA to obviously protect us greatly. And here you can see, by the way, he once again popped the fighter in front of our team. That's kind of what I pop my fighters like. Like in EU, most of the people just pop the fighters randomly in Narnia. So they either don't spot at all, or they pop the fighter in the mouth of someone's AA. I think I used this here. Oh, this guy is actually using fighters in the mouth now. Ooh. Get some plane kills. Obviously, I'm doing great AA damage to support our devastation here. Great. Using my defensive fire consumable. You have Sakura Flower Dance, and we're all sitting in base, as you can see. No one is moving. The enemy team obviously not moving either. QXQ Nelson and SJM Grumcat and Ghost Dragon. We're all camping each other off. Very funny and makes me extremely happy. But yeah, we're just gonna sit on this rock for a while, because for now, look, my Haaland gets B-cap most likely for free. Our gearing is still alive. There's even an enemy DD here, so that was definitely a good choice to not push in. The Satsuma comes in further. As you can see, I have range mod. I can already farm him. Value. But yeah, if I go to that forward rock and they spot me, I mean, first of all, the carrier would immediately try to kill me on that rock. That's very likely. The submarine and the DD would probably spot me the entire time and force me also to angle to weird fucking angles with the twerps. And then you have a Yamato, a Satsuma, and a Slava in your mouth. So yeah, there's no real like chance you make it to the rock with a lot of HP, and then afterwards you still have the issue of the carrier. So what's the solution to all of this? Well, adapt gameplay to what they do. I actually think like Yinan may be a really good cruiser here. It has crazy AA, and it has a smoke. And these people on the server hate playing radar cruisers. Most of the people that play radar cruisers actually suck extreme dick. Very interesting. Like, as I said, like, for example, the Moines or so, they generally tend to int a fuck ton. Like, they don't really play properly at all. If this guy dies, maybe I'll push forward. Maybe. I'll think about it. For now, I mean, we don't have to move. See, this is essentially what this server does. As long as I have something in range, I don't need to fucking move up. I'm Gucci. I mean, obviously the Seattle is extremely juicy, but also extremely dangerous for me because of the Satsuma and the Yamato. So we don't move up here. We just camp our ass off. As you can see, by the way, range mod does kind of improve the dispersion overall quite a lot. Lots of these groupings are pretty fucking nasty, which is good, obviously. We have a Fire, I think. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's where he is. Aha. Okay. Well, we gotta be careful there with the Gado. Don't have my radar then for the... What's it called? My Thrasher just went into sub-surveillance and dies. My... I myself am spotted because of the... what's it called? Gado. Oh, just a minor scratch. Oh. I don't even know what just hit me. Oh, the Yamato from one line. Oh yeah. At 20 kilometer, they hit these. Since I don't have ledge mod, they hit these. That's pretty fucking disgusting, but yeah, they have a easy time there. You're just like fresh food for them. Not very hard for them to hit you. So like now, I got spotted for a brief amount of time, like seconds, and both BBs unloaded on me, and I'm sub half HP after healing. So like yeah. As you can see though, see, range mod. We're actually getting some value out of this gameplay, or this position here. Getting a fire there. Double fire even. 60k damage. The Yamato's coming in, but he's turning away. I would like to see the... I gotta get the island in between me and him. Shikishima is obviously running the fuck away. Very likely that the Gado may try to just shotgun me. Or maybe he shotguns the Shiki. Let's send our ASW. Here comes the carry. Not a surprise to me, to be fair. How could it be? So like, as you can see, Defe may actually help me in not receiving 3 drops, but only 2. Ah, we're getting double set already, and in damage. Seattle is very efficient at sniping me above island, so fucks a wee bit. So, you can deter. You're running a range mod Des Moines, you're already camping in Narnia. Pushing forward would have been definitely a death sentence here. And I'm still dying because I'm spotted once. Both BBs are immediately ready for the 30 mil cruiser. And now the carrier also jerks off on me and tries to obviously kill me for free. My carrier's popping retard fighters for something, but definitely not me. So like if I wouldn't have taken that... Oh. That's very nice of him to just int like that. Giving us the juicy. Giving us the juicy impact with the radar. That's a nice little free kill. Not gonna refuse that one. Not at all. There is no chance I'll refuse that. We already know this guy probably doesn't play fire prevention because we got a double instant earlier. Maybe he stays lit. Nope, he does not. Get to my next heal though. I was hoping that the Wai would be somewhere over here, but that he's literally in my mouth heartlet is pretty good. As you can see, my Haaland is sitting in base for no reason too. Because we have 2 caps, so what do? Trade the trump out, it's probably a win again. You can see nothing really happening. It is real gameplay. I mean, dying on this island here never happens on NA or EU. Never. Like if you sit on this island here, you just don't do shit on NA or EU. But on this server, you're actually already too far into the match, I guess. Fucking weird. I'm gonna lie, man. As you can see here, no trouble just being full camp on this island, not doing anything, just sitting here, chilling, farming. Don't fucking give a shit. That guy did a bit of an oopsie too. But it's generally what happens in these games when you meet these idiotic cruiser players. The moment they move up, they just die. And I'm on my last heal. Kill the Seattle. Still sitting here. Just out camping the enemy, bro. And now my Haaland is coming in and going to spot me the Slava. It's a great day to play World of Warships on Asia, guys. It is epic. Nothing is fucking happening. I love it, dude. I fucking love it. Well, I have 14.3k HP left to play with. So maybe there's some last ditch push for like 10 volleys on the Slava while the Yamato turns guns and blows me up. To be fair, I could showcase that. If I would run out front now, I would essentially insta-die. That's kind of what happens here. Guess I can just... yeah. I will go and run at the Slava because he keeps fucking perma-reversing for no reason. With the Haaland spotting for me now, I can probably kill that guy for free. Wouldn't be a big issue. Outcamped. I mean, I'm just straight up the better camper. But as you can see, you don't really get a lot of damage from that. There's just too little spotting available. As long as my carrier doesn't... like, the thing is, if my carrier perma-spots these people, he also perma-fucks these people. Which means I don't get that much damage either. But the big problem is also, like, the DDs. Like, as you can see, my Haaland was playing inside of our base. Not really, like... can't be really called, like, destroyer gameplay, if you ask me, but... okay, that is the Slava, I think, turning turrets for me. The Gado actually went for the S6. Which, by the way, just to point it out, allowed me to play the game. Double fire. Oh, and the flood. Yo, he's fucking cooked. Finally, the Slava dies. Very controlled victory. To be fair, looked more like a COTS game with carriers. Because this would essentially be what you do in COTS on Northern Waters, that side, if you play a Des Moines. And there's a CV in the game. With the only difference that if it would be an actual decent CV, he would have killed me on that rock for sure. And he would have also moved his ship over to... that was what I feared. He moves his ships over to 1-2 line rock, which they normally do. And then he obviously strikes me first and I cannot leave. But hey, 166k for kills. That is actually crazy on this server and a really good game for me. Like, I will get a lot of credits, XP for that. And this is not even like... may have an ironic undertone. But yeah, that's a really good game on the server. I shit you not. That's good game impact. Obviously, we're also pushing the plane average up again with 16 plane kills. And yeah, we had a good streak here. Normally, I get around 50% win rate. I lose 2, I win 2, I lose 2, I win 2. There's... but I can show it. I don't really have a, let's say, very good record with Des Moines. Yeah, here it is. 58%. I have like decent damage and kills. They come naturally because you just have to play so passive, so you have some sort of damage. But yeah, I can't seem to win games. I'm just too... I'm forced to be too passive most of the times. Barely any aggressive moves are possible in most of these games because they just camp you from base with BBs. As you saw last game, Satsuma, Yamato, Slava on my flank with a submarine and a DD. YY as well, I don't have hydro. Sure, I cannot push ever anyways. But yeah, if I go to the rock with the carrier additionally, I just am perma-spotted. Probably won't reach the rock with a lot of HP and then I just die. So yeah, therefore like playing Des Moines in general there is pretty useless. Because I'm never going to have a radar on the cap. I'm never going to actively support my DD. And as you saw, the one time I get spotted and peeked, the Satsuma Yamato. Like, the Yamato was in Narnia, not shooting anyone, but he was instantaneously ready to shoot on me. And he got a 25k volley or so, perfectly angled on me. Well, yeah. I mean, and if I play Legend Mode, I may dodge these volleys, but with Legend Mode, I wouldn't have had them in range at all. Most of the time, so I would have ended up with probably 80k less damage or some shit. Wouldn't have done a lot. Maybe same damage because I can suicide in late game. But yeah, that's it for Des Moines on the server. We're going to obviously milk the content a bit further in the future. Play some other ships, show you how the gameplay actually is. But yeah, that's it for Asia now. And see you in the next video, my guys.